Triplet Song, The Power of Positive Affirmations, written and illustrated by Tammy Brumbaugh. The affirmation song was performed by Woodland Elementary 3rd grade students. Sunlight poured through the barn window, coaxing Triplet from her sleep. She stretched her 3 white legs, then her brown leg. Mother Mare nuzzled her shoulder, nudging her toward the water bucket. Triplet gazed at her reflection in the water and began her morning routine. She took a deep breath in and then blew it out. She stood tall and said, "I am brave, I am smart, I can do hard things. I will do my best no matter what life brings. I am worthy, I am loved, and I am kind, with a forgiving heart and an open mind." Triplet pranced outside, ready for an amazing day. The smell of hay and clover filled the air. A light breeze rustled her mane, tickling her neck. Several birds chirped a repeated melody. Triplet tapped her hooves to the beat on the hard ground. After adding some neighs and whinnies to the tune, she discovered that her chant could fit with the bird's melody. She sang,
I am brave, I am smart, I can do hard things. I will do my best, no matter what life brings. I am worthy, I am loved, and I am kind, with a forgiving heart and an open mind.
2 goat kids were taking turns springing into the air and jumping on and off a hay bale. They stopped when they heard the singing and bounced closer. A border collie paused on his way to herd sheep. He cocked his head to listen. When Triplet repeated her song, they all joined in.
I am brave, I am smart, I can do hard things. I will do my best, no matter what life brings. I am worthy, I am loved, and I am kind, with a forgiving heart and an open mind.
3 cows looked up from their feeding trough. One spit out the cud she was chewing. "Stop interrupting our breakfast with that noise." "Yeah, you're hurting our ears," a second cow complained. The third cow snorted. Annoying." The first cow continued, "Birds sing, horses should not." "If you actually were smart, you would know that already," stated the second cow. The third cow rolled her eyes. "Clueless." The cows turned their backs to the other animals. They continued to mutter to each other. "Can you believe that, filly? Stirring up the animals like that? What a pest." The goats and border collie retreated, their singing and dancing stifled. Triplet's head dropped down to her hooves. "Am I really a pest?" She stomped her feet, stirring up dust and blocking the sweet smells and sights around her. "I didn't know horses couldn't sing songs. Maybe I'm not smart after all." Just then a bird dropping landed on her forehead and oozed down toward her muzzle. Tears filled her eyes. "I guess that's my answer. Birds don't want me singing either." Triplet galloped into the pasture, trying to leave the scene far behind her, but the cow comments stuck in her mind. Annoying, clueless, pest. She splashed through a stream, hoping to wash the bird dropping off her head. The muddy water turned out to be a gathering place for a group of horseflies. The flies swarmed around her, buzzing in her ears and crawling on her back. Her little tail was too short to swat them away. An extra hungry horsefly bit her on the rump. "Ouch!" Triplet exclaimed. She started to buck and kick, trying to get rid of all of the flies. "We love a challenge," said one of the horseflies. "Stick with it, team." The horseflies swarmed even closer. Triplet kicked harder. A particularly hard kick knocked over a large sack filled with grain. The bag spilled open. Out poured most of the grain and 4 mice. "Hey, we're eating breakfast here," the largest mouse protested. "Hide, quick!" squeaked another mouse. Triplet was so startled that she tripped and fell down right onto an old cow patty. This day just keeps getting worse and worse, she muttered. The mice scampered over. One patted her leg. Are you hurt? Not on the outside, said Triplet, but my heart sure hurts. The largest mouse frowned. I'm sorry I yelled at you. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. You didn't hurt my feelings. Some cows did. They said horses can't sing. They called me annoying, clueless, and a pest. A tiny mouse looked up at her. I don't see any of those things. Yeah, what do they know? Said another mouse. Triplet thought for a moment. She replayed the entire day, including her morning affirmations. She climbed to her feet and shook off the remains of the cow patty. Wait a minute, you're right. Their words aren't true. I know myself much better than they do. She took a deep breath in and blew it out. She stood tall and sang,
I am brave, I am smart, I can do hard things. I will do my best, no matter what life brings. I am worthy, I am loved, and I am kind, with a forgiving heart and an open mind.
The mice cheered. Your song is right. You are brave, said the largest mouse. And worthy, squeaked another. Triplet smiled. Thanks. The song is right about all of you, too. I'm glad we met. The mice stood up straighter and grinned. Triplet inhaled deeply, smelling the fresh grass and grain with only a hint of smelly cow patty. She cantered over the hill and noticed a speckled colt with his head down low. A donkey was braying nearby. Triplet trotted over to the colt, but he did not even look up. The donkey, however, stuck his muzzle in the air, kicked his hind legs with attitude, and trotted away. Triplet nibbled on some grass while she snuck glances at the colt. He stomped his feet. Go ahead and say it. Say what? Asked Triplet. Say that a horse shouldn't be covered in all of these spots, and that the spots don't go with my name, which is Moose, because there's no such thing as a spotted moose, and that what I say grates on your nerves, and that I should watch where I'm going so I don't bump into other animals, and that I know nothing about being a donkey. Triplet opened her mouth to speak, but Moose continued talking. I get it, okay? I'm odd, irritating, and clumsy. I didn't mean to make that donkey mad. Clouds rolled in and the sky darkened. Rain began to pelt the ground. Of course, the storm fits exactly how I feel. Moose sighed. What's your name? Triplet. Moose looked at her with 3 white legs and 1 brown leg. He snorted. Triplet. 3. Makes sense. At least one of us was named right. He looked at the spots on his own legs and rolled his eyes. Triplet flicked her tail in the rain and stepped closer. I think your spots are spectacular. I don't know what you said or did to the donkey, but we all make mistakes sometimes. Moose finally looked up. I guess so. I had a rough day too. Some cows called me annoying, clueless, and a pest. But then some mice cheered me up, and I remembered something. What's that? Triplet took a deep breath in and out, stood tall, and sang,
I am brave, I am smart, I can do hard things. I will do my best, no matter what life brings. I am worthy, I am loved, and I am kind, with a forgiving heart and an open mind.
Huh, I like that, said Moose. The song is true about you too, you know. He thought for a moment. I'd like it to be. Do you suppose you could teach it to me? Maybe it will help, especially if that donkey comes back. Triplet nodded and taught him each phrase as they walked closer to the barn. She convinced him to look at his reflection in a stream while they sang,
I am brave, I am smart, I can do hard things. I will do
I didn't know horses were such great singers, a bird said. Can I sing with you? The border collie's tail thumped. I want to sing again. The goats bounced over. Us too. And the cows, well, they kept chewing their alfalfa, but at least they stayed quiet. Moose and Triplet smiled. They sang,
I am brave, I am smart, I can do hard things. I will do my best, no matter what life brings. I am worthy, I am loved, and I am kind, with a forgiving heart and an open mind.
The sun parted the clouds and chased away the rain, shining down on the animals once again. The smell of hay and clover was even sweeter than before, and the power of words like annoying, clueless, pest, odd, irritating, and clumsy was defeated by words of truth. And now you can defeat hurtful words too. Just remember Triplet's song.